or pretty much just wait for him. Kind of bait him out, use health if you've taken damage. As you can see, I'm backing away, I'm taking my time, so it did take a full 5 minutes, but it's much better that way because we got more consistent with the dodges. It's better to stay, I think, long range away from him when he does his charge attack. Whilst the advice I've given for some of the bosses inside these videos are stay mid-range, I think for Old King Allant, it was better to stay long range because you can kind of predict the line of his attack and wait. Just make sure when he has finished his attack, you get up to him as close as possible so that you don't miss the chance to get in those 2 slashes. Hey there peeps, what is going on? It's Miss C.O.Z here, and with Demon Souls finished, we are going to get through more of this playlist, and we're hitting end game with Old King Allant. Old King Allant is one of the mid-game to end-game bosses depending on when you face him. Either way, he can be extremely difficult. There are a couple of really sneaky attacks that can get you and pretty much deal a lot of damage. I also took him down in soul form, so I got a good understanding and died quite a lot until I learned his dodge timings. But once you get him, once you learn his openings, he's not actually that tough. If you go with a certain rhythm. So to begin with, when he casts his AoE and puts his sword into the ground, you want to back away as much as possible out of the range of that attack. That's where that dark mist comes up, and you want to stay at a distance. As soon as he raises his sword, you want to roll around him. Now, the timing for this roll is a little bit specific, and what the best timing I found was, so look, he's going to do his AoE again, so we're going to roll away and then roll back forward, is I kept dying until I realized that I'm supposed to dodge at the very last minute. So as soon as he does a slash, just before his sword lands, you kind of want to dodge to the left or the right and dodge into him as opposed to the side or away from him, because his sword can still catch you. I found with Souls games, either dodging directly away or dodging into the boss works a little bit better. And as you can see, we were using the Uchiganta as well. And if I recall, I was also using I think I have a thief class, but as I wasn't stealth orientated, I kind of got all the speed. We have a mixed build. We level a lot of dex, endurance, etc. But yeah, you got to make sure that your character is leveled up enough in terms of, if we're going into the specifics of the micro. Can't really cover that, but is kind of speedy, I guess. I decided to go minimum. I decided to use light armor because his attacks are really fast. So this is pretty much the rhythm for the first section of the boss fight, and then again within Demon Souls, the bosses are way simpler than some of the ones I've encountered within Bloodborne. As you can see, look at that deadly attack he just got me. Make sure you take a lot of health as well, so that's full moon grass, half moon grass, which is the health system within Demon Souls. And then there you get 2 slashes in, and then we back out, and then that's his third attack. There you go. So his third attack is basically he slashes his sword and he kind of sends this frost attack to you, which can be dodged if you just back away. The main 2 attacks that you really want to focus on that can basically game changers and end the game for you is that AoE attack, where you want to rush out of the range as soon as possible. As you can see, I've also applied fire onto my weapon. Now, although he doesn't have like a specific weakness to fire or not, it did, as I noticed, slightly boost my DPS, and I think that was the real element of strategy that I incorporate to really get him done. I kept dying to about half his health with his attacks. His timing, the timing for that charge attack is a little bit hard to master, but once you do, there are still some irregularities you may come up to. So as you can see, he slams his sword back down again. He does that weird frost waft attack. We're going to get out of the way as soon as he's finished his AoE. We simply repeat. Ready, steady, right around him, and then slash him onto his flank, and we're using the fire for additional DPS. If you've got anything that can specifically buff your weapons, and preferably a fast moving weapon, would be really good for a melee strategy here. So throughout my Demon Souls playthrough, I didn't actually utilize any of the magic. So then again, some bosses were pretty harder as well. I had to take my time with them, learn their dodge patterns, etc. My playstyle has always been a sort of melee user, either one hand or two-handed, roll in, roll out, that I found was the kind of similar playstyle that I also utilized towards the other through the other 2 games as well. But yeah, Old King Allant is basically a end game boss. I mean, he's going to do that dangerous charge again. That's it. Lovely, getting 2 slashes there. Also taking the risk trying to use the fire at that time. I only used it as as a slight damage booster, just to get him past half his health, which is where I was getting stuck. Right, okay, we're gonna wait here, but yeah, despite that, he does give you a lot of time after the AoE attack to either like reposition yourself, or pretty much just wait for him, kind of bait him out, use health if you've taken damage. As you can see, I'm backing away, I'm taking my time, so it did take a full 5 minutes, but it's much better that way because we got more consistent with the dodges. It's better to stay, I think, long range away from him when he does his charge attack. Whilst the advice I've given for some of the bosses inside these videos are stay mid range, I think for old King Allant it was better to stay long range, because you can kind of predict the line of his attack and wait. Just make sure when he has finished his attack, you get up to him as close as possible so that you don't miss the chance to get in those 2 slashes. So we're going with no heavy attacks here. However, if you do manage to get in an opening to sneak in heavy attacks, definitely do it, because he actually has a long health bar. Over here, I think I was using a +8 or a +9 weapon, so we were pretty end game, and it was still taking a fair amount of time to get through. A little bit like the Penetrator's health bar. You do notice there's a difference within some of the mid game to end game bosses too. And that's old King Allant. Let's go, and please subscribe.